Hello world, Krista here from Books and Jams, and I got a new camera! Yes, that's right, I'm super excited. I waited by the window for hours the other day waiting for my new camera to arrive, and it's here! Ah! So today I'm going to be doing my August TBR. As you may know, I have a group of friends that we get together and come up with some challenges for each month, and so for this month we have 5 challenges, and the first one is to read a book with a girl's name in the title. So for that I actually have already finished reading Anne of Green Gables. I read Anne of Green Gables years and years ago, but it's been quite a while, and I already finished it and just absolutely loved it. Anne is one of my favorite characters of all times, and as I read it, I just caught myself with this silly grin on my face because she's just so much fun to read. I really enjoyed reading Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery, so check one already off my TBR, but I had to include it because it fit that challenge. The next challenge that our group came up with is to read a nonfiction book, which I try to read about one nonfiction book every month anyways, so this was not too difficult for me. And another friend that's in the group has already read this, so I decided to read it this month with her because it's on my shelf and I haven't yet read it, and it's The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. She wants you to simplify and get rid of a lot of things, and the way that you decide to keep it is if it's something that brings you joy, if it's an item that brings you joy, and if not, send it packing. So I am excited to read this. And hopefully puts it into practice. I do go in spurts where I get rid of a lot of things all at once, but then I collect and gather, and then I need to go in another spurt. So hopefully this will inspire me. I know my friend has already gone through multiple rooms in her house and gotten rid of oodles and oodles of things, so hopefully that will help me to simplify a little bit too. The third challenge that we came up with is to read a mystery or thriller. And I have chosen to read Before the Fall by Noah Hawley. I talked a lot about this book already in a book of the month box unboxing. This was the June book that I ordered. So I'm gonna link to that video. I'm gonna try to learn how to do a little card thingy that shows up at the top. Otherwise it'll just be linked down in the description. This is about a plane crash where there are only 2 survivors, and one of them is a little boy and the other is a painter. And so there's just a mystery surrounding what happened, and I'm excited to get to this month. The fourth challenge that we decided on is to read a book about school that's either set at a school or is about school. And so for that I'm reading, I believe this is a middle grade, Wonder by R.J. Palacio. I'm not sure exactly how to say that. I've heard nothing but good things about this book from so many different people in real life and on BookTube. It's about a little boy who has some facial deformities, I believe, and had been homeschooled previously but decides to go back to school. I'm not sure for middle school or high school, but decides to start attending regular school. And so it's just the story of that, and I don't really know much more than that about it, but I'm looking forward to reading it, and I will let you know in my wrap-up at the end of the month. The fifth and final challenge that my reading group came up with is to read a book that has August on the cover, the word August on the cover. So it could be in the title or in the author's name. So I'm choosing to read The First 15 Lives of Harry August by Claire North. And this, I believe, is about a man who lives his life all the way until when he dies, and then is reborn and lives his life again, but with memories of the past life. And apparently he has at least 15, because this is the first 15 lives. So that is the 5th challenge, to read that book. I'm looking forward to it. So those are the 5 absolutely going to read books, but I have a few others here that I'm just going to show you that if I have extra time I'm going to get to them. I mentioned in the end of my July BookTube-a-thon video that I had started Peter Pan, and so I would like to finish Peter Pan this month, and that's by J.M. Barrie. So hopefully I will get a chance to finish Peter Pan. I also hauled this book from a book outlet order, and that's Serendipity by Kathy Marie Hake. These are just usually light and easy reads, so I'm hoping to read this month as well. I picked up from the library Cruel Crown by Victoria Aveyard, which is some novellas after Red Queen. But this is just a quick short little book that I'm hoping to get to this month. There's a lot of mixed feelings about Red Queen, and I enjoyed it So I'm going to continue reading the rest of the series. Another book that I picked up from the library is called Mist of Midnight by Sandra Bird. And this is a Christian fiction, but it's a mystery. And it's about this girl, Rebecca, who's spent most of her life in India. She's a missionary's daughter and has this inheritance. And so when her parents pass away, she goes back to her home in England, only to find out that there is somebody that another girl who just passed away who had been claiming to be her, Rebecca. So when she arrives, the actual Rebecca Ravenshaw, the servants and the other people in the household in the town aren't sure what to think because they feel like they just lost their Rebecca Ravenshaw. So another family member who's like the next in line for the inheritance is called upon to come and figure things out. And of course, there's a little bit of romance involved, but it just sounded like an interesting little mystery. And hopefully I'll get to it this month if I finish all the other ones. And finally, I did pick up one more from the library that I heard about from Ariel Bassett's channel. And this just is a lot of fun. I've already read a couple different stories. It's called Romeo and Juliet, a choosable path adventure by Ryan North. And this is literally a choose your own adventure. So in the book, I don't know if you can see, but there's numbers, and you kind of choose your own story. So you read the section at the end, you'll have a choice to make, and it will send you to different numbers depending on the choice that you make. There are some illustrations by over 100, I believe, of popular illustrators of graphic novels. So I know Noelle Stevenson is one of them. She's the illustrator for Nimona, and I read that a few months ago. She's one of the illustrators. There's just a lot of fun illustrations to go along. It's just a lighthearted take on Romeo and Juliet, and I had a lot of fun. I've read a couple of them already. I'll read a few more. I probably won't read the whole entire thing because it's not really possible, but it's fun for a few minutes here and there to just read through one storyline. It's just interesting take on Romeo and Juliet. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'll continue to read a few more of those throughout the month. That is it, a pretty big and ambitious TBR. So here are the 5 I'm definitely going to read. Yay! Read those suckers. And then these are the maybes. So let's check them all together. That's all the books that I would like to read in August. Yay! Yikes. So that's it. I would love to hear from you if you read any of these or what you're most looking forward to reading in August. I'm not expecting as great a reading month as I had in July, but I'll do my best to continue to read and have fun doing it. So I will talk to you soon, and I look forward to chatting with you down in the comments. Bye!